Hello and nice to see you again. My name is Josh, and in this content I'm going to walk you through a few things to keep in mind while you write your own study plan for CAETS. As you all know, a study plan is simply a schedule which shows your study times, objectives and approach when it comes to a specific major. But before we go any further, let's dispel one big myth when it comes to writing a study plan. And I want you to hear me very well on this. There is no one right way to write a study plan, and your study plan is your personalized learning guide based on your learning style, interests, your school's curriculum, and your ambitions for the future. Now with that out of the way, let's look at what CAETS is looking for in the study plan. There is a place to fill in your name, country, course, school and department. And the school also recommends that you write your study plan in maximum 2 pages, font color black and font size 12. And in terms of content, they want to see your goal of study, title or subject of research, detailed study plan and future plan either in Korea or in your country. Now, if this is what CAETS is looking for, I'm going to suggest a few ways in which you can bring all these alive in your own study plan. In my own opinion, I think that a good study plan should have at least these 5 key features in it. Let's look at them one by one. Feature number 1 is the background. In this kind of background, you can talk about the start of your artistic talent. How did you realize that you have this talent? There was a time I was reading about a certain artist and she was talking about how she first discovered that she is interested in painting, and she described a time when she was 9 or 10 years old, and she talked about how her parents would take her to the galleries and she would look at different paintings, and she realized that she had a liking for paintings with floral patterns. So when she would go back home and she would try to draw flowers just like the ones she had seen in the gallery, and when her parents saw that, they were so happy. They bought for her painting brushes and painting sheets, and just like that, she worked on developing her skill as a painter. This kind of introduction for this study plan should capture something like that. How did you realize that you have this love for the paintbrush? How did you notice that you have this desire to be an architect? Now bring the professor into that. What sparked that? Remember, your study plan is supposed to be just 2 pages long. So in telling this kind of story, try to make it within the first half of your page 1. Try to let that part capture this kind of a story. Now, as soon as you're done introducing your background, the next part is what I call the main area of interest. Art is so diverse. Let's say film. There has been so many directors and each one is unique. There's so many genres in film and each one is unique. Now, what is it about all these elements that you think you want to create? Because you have to belong somewhere. I want to try this kind of look, or I want to try what this particular director was making, something that is closer to that. That's an area of interest. And then in the final part of your explanation, you should explain how whatever is offered in CAETS curriculum will help you bring alive this particular main area of interest. Now you're done explaining your main area of interest. The question is, how are you going to study? Now let's take an example of a student coming in to study a 4-year degree. In your 4 years, you have to remember that each of the 8 semesters that you will have, you can only take a maximum of 21 credits. And before you graduate, you're supposed to put together a total of 140 credits. Based on your own learning speed and learning style, try to propose how many credits you will take for each of these semesters, what you will take in your first year, second year, third year and fourth year. If drawing a table is going to work best for you, try to come up with a very nice design that captures your workload for each of these years. And just like that, you can sum up your personal study approach. The next part of your study plan should capture your future plan. Remember, CAETS MA Plus scholarship is a government scholarship. It is considered a form of aid. Now, if this is an aid to your country given through you as a student, then how do you intend to use this opportunity later on after you graduate? That is what interests CAETS. They want to hear that. Will you do your activities back in your country, or will you do them in Korea or in another country? Now identify where you will do your activities and try to explain how these activities will help elevate your country and help bring Korea and your country much more closer. So that's very important. Your future plan must never be missing from your study plan. Now, the last part of your study plan is, of course, the conclusion. This doesn't have to be too long. Explain how you believe that given this opportunity, you will do everything within your power to make sure that you succeed, to elevate yourself, the people of your country, and also continue the good name of this scholarship. You can do it. All the best. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. If there is anything that is still not clear, the comment section is always our best friend. Just write anything there and I will be sure to reply to it.